you got to tiptoe around.
So Brandon has 2 save files.
And he's trying to decide which one to continue the game with. One he knows he really just wants to abandon, and the other one is a new game with a lot of potential.
Just say that Brandon on game save file number 2 has played the tutorial to the best of its abilities.
I never had the guts to go past the tutorial.
And then enters save file 3, something he's at like 300% with.
He's beaten this game so many times, and he thought that he would never like it again. But then all of a sudden, it came out with a new patch and dropped some new content. Nice DLC came out, and all of a sudden, that game looks really enticing.
But the expansion brought in the baby.
When you're in the heat of the moment, it's a little different.
Now you're a stepdad.
You're such a little loser.
Welcome back.
I didn't even test mine either.
To another episode of Real Sensitive Guy Hours. This is episode 102. You're a slew.
Damn.
I'm here always with the host of the most. To my right, the fucking dead man himself, the Undertaker, Travis.
Boom. Boom.
Below me used to be the million pump chump. Now he's only the 1 pump chump. Oliver.
What's up? I don't know what that means, but okay.
You come really quickly. To the bottom right.
How do you know that?
I have sources. To the bottom right, the man that I cursed out pretty recently. But now we're best friends. He'll steal
now
your bitch, William.
I hate that you put a now on it now. You know what? Beef's back on now.
Beef's back on. We've re-enabled it. And
turn the cameras off. Turn the cameras off.
Turn the cameras off. Turn the cameras off. He's got a chair.
We have our producer, Austin, in the background. He's pretty cute, too.
I miss you.
We're going to get copyright strike.
Don't waste your time on me.
And without even needing an introduction, your host with the most, Brandon, a.k.a. SpinShootImpress.
A.k.a. my penis.
Lots of things have happened. We missed out on the last episode. There was the funeral that happened. We talked a lot about the 100th episode. And of course, other than my face being super flushed out, we've got some news about my relationship experience.
Is relationships.
Your face is really flushed out right now.
It's
goddamn
white as hell.
I'm like neon clear right now. It's fucking intense.
Neon clear. Grab a beer.
Legit white as printer paper.
That did not help at all.
What did you do? What did you do? I don't know.
Now that's terrible.
That's
now
better.
it's terrible.
But that's
Dude,
better.
you look like General
It's
Palpatine.
better than looking like you. You look scary, man. You look like a radiated
Gen
ghoul.
Palp, do it.
You look like a glowing one before.
Yeah, since we're starting off with the Star Wars shit, Obi-Wan, May 26th
It's
comes
Fallout,
out.
buddy.
Whatever.
Oh my god,
But
you got
yes,
that.
It does.
I'm glad that you called that out because I totally accepted that as like fact.
I actually, guys, I just finished watching the second to last episode of the Book of Boba Fett today too. Since we are talking now about Star Wars, we weren't before, but we are now. I saw Cad Bane for the first time.
Cad Bane.
Really sad because he shot. Okay, spoilers for Book of Boba Fett. So turn the podcast off for like 2 seconds. But it's been out for a long time, you fuckers. I'm actually really late to the party. When he shot another character that I really like. He shot Cobb Vanth, man. I really liked him too. Yeah. I like all the cowboy-esque Star Wars characters much that they're doing in like The Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett. I love this whole, it's got like a Wild West feel to it, right? It's so cool. This time after the Empire where it's like Imperial warlords are still ruling over small areas and the Republic is having trouble keeping control of the galaxy post-war. Oh, it's so cool. Like the Wild West, man.
Obi-Wan on the 26th, though. Ooh.
So fucking excited for that because, I mean, besides Cad Bane, Obi-Wan is probably my other favorite.
Sure.
I was always a big Anakin
I'm excited to see the story.
I know, we literally are Anakin and Obi-Wan, man.
All right, so I have on the screen right now the Cad Bane and Travis Stockdale comparison from years and years ago. So you guys can't see that, but that's in there. Yeah, pretty cool stuff.
Best thing the Clone Wars animated series ever came up with. The best arcs were Cad Bane arcs.
Yeah.
When he robs the fucking Jedi like it's nothing, what a god.
My thing is I've never really fucked with like the whole run and gun thing. It's always the Jedi that are the fucking coolest. Now I don't really fuck with the idea of.
Do you not like Darth Vader?
Nah, the Siths are actually undisputably the coolest. The Siths are the coolest.
Like,
but the bounty hunters are the most badass. All right.
I'm not trying to shit on you, but you got to have a favorite bad character, Brandon.
Anakin Skywalker, baby. He was on both sides of the token.
You can't.
True.
Okay, anybody else? Pick someone different, please.
Nah,
don't be that person.
He's just the
what
best.
What other
Hardly
bad
ever
guy
Jedi.
murdered a room full of kids on camera, bro?
I mean, that's true. I like Darth Maul.
You would.
Yeah, you're definitely
Anakin
just
was a
Darth
floater at best. He was never really Jedi.
I'm definitely a Count Dooku fanboy.
All right, you guys get your fucking kids, your mom murdered by Tusken Raiders, literally your bitch taken away from you, and you just be cool with that. All right, like that's all I'm gonna
Just
say.
have to give you the signature look of superiority.
And like also like the everything that you've lived for as a Jedi just gets fucking questioned throughout this war. It's like, bro, how could you not turn into a Sith?
I mean,
other people had it way harder and stayed on the good side, man. Princess Leia had her fucking planet blown up right in front of her. Her entire planet.
Nah, she knew what she was getting herself into.
Well, yeah, that's because she was so dedicated to
the Force,
writing the galaxy, you know?
Princess Leia sucks. Okay, I don't give a fuck.
What,
Slave
you
Leia,
fucker?
goated. Dude, that reminds me of that iFunny meme where it's like the Lego Star Wars Princess Amidala gets her shirt ripped off, and the guy starts like, bring, 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 bring. Whatever. I don't know.
Or the scene with like the Lego Star Wars scene with Slave Leia dancing in the cantina, and it's that YouTube comment where he's like, I masturbated to this, and then he comments on it like 2 years later, and he's like, proudly masturbating to this for 2 years, and then he comments like 4 years later, and he's like, 7 years still masturbating to this.
The amount of dedication to that one comment thread, whether or not he jerked off to that, is insane.
No, the dedication to the comments, though. There has been a lot of like random like porn stuff, like softcore stuff, like popping up more on like iFunny more and more.
Oh my god, the features are completely infested by
features
like,
are infested
porn
by
now.
this shit.
Literally, so
you can't even look at them anymore.
Crazy.
It's all horny kids the entire
I'll be
time.
Fucking
Horny
waking up in the
featured
morning or
creatures.
trying to go to bed or just like in the middle of day, like trying to relax at work.
Hard.
No, I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to laugh and relax, like
I've stuck to the
de-stress.
subscriptions for a very long time now. The features are not where it's at.
Yeah,
There are
it was
some funny
collective.
ones, but it's like one funny thing and then like 10 horny posts.
Yeah, but
Dude,
like
it's nasty.
it gets you sometimes because sometimes you're like going through and you're like you see a horny post, you're like, all right, fair enough. Like you keep going through, second horny post, fair enough. Third one, you're just like, I could jerk off right now. You just
That's
sit there,
weak
you're like,
mental right there. That's weak mental.
Yeah,
You can't crack that easily under 3 features.
bro. I was telling this girl that I'm talking to, you touch my leg, I'm hard as a rock. No blue chew needed, bro.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you told her about Android 17.
This girl he's talking to. This girl he's talking to.
Dude, the funniest thread, the funniest thread of all
Happened-
fucking time, dude. We
Happened
all
like 2 a.m. in the morning at like my parents' house when we were upstairs wasted.
we were fucking wasted, and then like we were just throwing like dumb shit back and forth in this group chat between myself, Oliver, and Will. And all of a sudden, I throw Android 17's like ass inside of the chat, and Oliver's like, "Nice tits, thick ass as well."
And then someone else posted a picture of like someone else posted a
You're
picture of it.
drinking. we were drinking, and Brandon decided to go downstairs and leave early. So Will and I were like, "Wow, you're gonna leave us? Boo!" And then he started like throwing shade at us, and he threw something about Krillin. I was like, "Oh, where's Android 17?" And then he posted this pic, and I was like, "Monster boobs."
Monster
boobs.
But it was just like old time sleepovers, like when you were a kid, like everybody just started fucking laughing their ass off.
Like
once monster boobs hit chat.
I was the kid that got pissed that you were disturbing my sleep.
We can hear Brandon laughing downstairs, bro.
Brandon was geeking.
Seconds, Will was geeking. I was like, bro, it's not even that funny. And then like 10 seconds later, I was geek.
It was hilarious. What are you talking about?
No, dude, because it's probably not funny to the audience or anybody else, but like knowing Oliver and him just saying monster boobs makes me fucking lose my mind, dude. Lose my fucking shit.
You just have to know Oliver IRL, man. It's just a whole different comedy experience.
Bro,
like,
the inside jokes that you can pull
around
from just knowing Oliver too well.
Yeah, man.
That's true.
What Oliver says sets the mood for the whole comedy room.
Sometimes it's like I literally just want to be in your brain for 2 seconds to understand what the fuck you're on about. The other times it's just like that was either the funniest thing I've ever heard or the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
And we talked about it's probably what makes him so good with his like free association and freestyling is that he can think of the most insane shit. Just like he takes the craziest little link and just links it up.
I get it. So we haven't seen Travis in a week, bro. When we went out to the club, we went to Decades in DC. Obviously, Cody, he's been on the show on the 100th episode. We interviewed him. He came up to my ear and he just starts freestyle rapping into my ear, bro.
Say that. I was hoping you'd say that.
I was like, oh, and it was fire.
He heard some of it.
When are we getting him? When are we getting him to freestyle? When are we getting him to actually drop a verse with us?
Hey, Memorial Day, we're gonna make that happen, eh?
Yes.
Hey, he's in the other chat. Just drag him in here and make him freestyle.
Put him on the spot, no beat.
Do it.
Is it Memorial Day soon? When is that?
It's like a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Oh.
My birthday celebration part 3, baby. I've had too much celebration.
Birth month.
Do we just want to hop into the woman? I mean, I want to hop into it, but like, do we want to hop into the woman that erased the mirror?
Yes.
Just kind of talk about this because it's a point of contention.
I know you want to.
Brandon,
I think you want to talk about it.
Brandon, you better do it justice and tell her side of the story.
Not to interrupt this story, but y'all still haven't talked about the funeral at all.
We can get into it. We have an hour. That's long enough.
That's fair, but
we spent the literal entire last episode talking about 100.
Yeah, it's true.
Interesting choice.
Let's talk about the funeral first, then. Let's get that, because it happened, and we shouldn't just forget about it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll kind of lay out the scenario.
It was a sad day, but it was also like a good day. The closure that came with it, and
so. As most of the audience may know, but if you're not hip, my mom passed away in November of 2020 because of COVID and the fact that she wanted to be buried in a well-renowned national cemetery. It took fucking forever in order for her to be formally buried. She was cremated and put into a jar, and then we're kind of held on to her for a while. So about 3 weeks ago, we finally had our funeral. I think it was like April 9th or something like that.
20th.
I was very off. Yeah, I was very off.
It was 420.
That's right. So of course I invited all the boys. All of you guys knew who she was, and I've seen her like either through FaceTime or in real life, and I had that support there, and it started off. Everybody just kind of showed up. We go there. They have the procession. The preacher, tells the typical story. Walk through the valley of the shadows of death type fucking speech.
And then look at my life.
And then it's time for people to give speeches. Nobody else wanted to fucking go.
It's called a eulogy.
Thank you. This is why we have you.
Mm-hmm. Just type it next time.
Just kidding. Wow.
Oh, damn. Great job.
And I basically went up there and like talked about how my mom's life was never perfect. As when I was a kid, our relationship with our mom was never perfect. But at the end of the day, she went through some shit. We went through some shit, and she was the best mom that I could ever ask for. Literally one of the greatest human beings I've ever met in my life. So
I feel like you guys really got it right in the end too. Like as far as your relationship,
yeah,
you all were pretty tight at the end.
It was wild because, you know, her and I could like yell at each other, but as long as like there was an understanding that we wouldn't be mad at each other at the end, it was perfect.
Called family, baby.
Exactly. And I don't think I ever understood that. It was always me versus the world, and I never really got that. I never understood what that was. So, so the eulogy was pretty cool, other than the fact that I was so fucking nervous that my leg was shaking autistically, bro. Like it was
kind of cold out too.
Your whole body was shaking, Brand. I saw it.
It was pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
I was fucking nervous as hell because I've been thinking about that moment for months.
2 years.
And like there were so many times when I was in the car just like going through that speech in my head, and it was perfect sometimes and other times it was terrible. And
I think that's fair. It was a big day.
Big day, man. Big day.
Yeah.
So afterwards, we go to this first initial place, and they were not ready for 30 people to go there, get food, and be belligerent.
A dickhead.
Yeah.
I mean,
he really was mean.
I don't fault him to a certain degree. 25 people randomly show up. He's like, all right, what the fuck? But like, it's money for him. It's not like he's losing money.
That's
like,
what I'm saying. You do the best you can. Maria would have been
like,
a bitch
not
to
gonna
us,
be
but she would have gone out there
you.
and like set the customer up with a smile on her face. This guy was acting like Squidward, like straight up. He reminded me of Squidward.
But he really was like a fucking Squidward. He was like, man, I don't know if I'm ready for this.
Like Squidward when he's working, he's like fucking just everything he's fucking comment. Daring today, aren't we?
Yeah. I get a cranberry vodka daring today.
Oh, you think you'll get some pussy tonight, huh?
Yeah, and I was like moving tables because I wanted to talk to everybody, and he was like, if you move this table one more time, I swear to fucking God,
it was like every
you.
time you guys move tables, I have to open up a new check. So can you just pick a place?
Like, bro,
it's not my fault. You have that shitty system.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, just move, just go like this and drag on your fucking shit.
So
Copy paste, bitch. Copy paste the bill onto another table.
Copy and paste, bitch.
We moved to a new place, and that was pretty cool. We all got
better, yeah.
Pretty fucking sauce there, if I do say so myself.
They were awesome.
It was nice.
They were seen but not heard. All right, they just gave you everything you wanted, and they didn't say a word.
I didn't
Way
get
better
that
than the other guys.
I had to drive though, so
yeah, I didn't get sauced. I had to drive as well.
Yeah, I think
we did take a tequila shot.
I still had a good time.
So that was pretty cool. We get back, and that's when.
God damn.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that was. And then we get back, and
people.
That's when the bullshittery just
got weird.
Debauchery is the word you're looking for.
It got very weird. I don't remember a lot about this because my memory is just shot. So maybe you guys can pick up where I left
lot of stuff happened. I don't know how much you want us to go into.
Yeah, we got to kind of tiptoe around all of it.
Yeah, because there was a very that we got to tiptoe around a lot.
Yeah.
Why?
So Brandyn has 2 save files.
Brandyn has.
And he's trying to decide which one to continue the game with. One he knows he really just wants to abandon, and the other one is a new game with a lot of potential that he's potentially put a lot of work into in the past that may pay off. It's like a new game plus. It's like a new game plus save file.
Let's just say that Brandon on game save file number 2 has played the tutorial to the best of its abilities. He knows every trick.
Yeah, I'm stockpiling a lot of loot.
Let's just say he's never made it to the end game on save file number 2.
I never had the guts to go past the tutorial. That's the best way to put it.
I mean, that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Also, the game really never acted like it wanted you to play it that often.
Yeah. That save file was very, very mean.
There was a few bosses that were very intriguing, but other than that,
so like they also
it kept going on to other people's consoles, but acting like it still wanted to be on your console.
or it would be like, let's get you into the tutorial and give you all the easy bosses, but randomly a hard boss would come out and you couldn't beat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the overarching theme.
So basically that made sense. And if you don't get it, you're fucking not a real sensitive guy. So you're not a true fan. You're not a true fucking fan.
If you're thinking what it is, then it's exactly what you're thinking.
And then enters save file 3, something he's at like 300% with.
Literally, he's beaten this game so many times, and he thought that he would never like it again. But then all of a sudden, it came out with a new patch and dropped some new content.
Yeah, it has a new DLC. It has a new DLC expansion pack.
The nice DLC came out, and all of a sudden, that game looks really enticing.
But the expansion pack brought in the baby.
We gotta talk more about the debauchery that happened.
You're forgetting about the expansion pack, though, with the baby simulator.
Okay, William.
With the stepdad simulator.
All right.
So this is a conversation I'm gonna need to have with a couple of people at this point. So yeah, we a bunch of people go back to my place, and it turns into kind of a free for all. So to kind of lay the scene, it's my brother, his best friend.
Talking about right now?
We're still talking about 420.
Yeah, we're talking about 420. Okay. We're talking my brother, his best friend. They've been on the show. Janko and Dom, they've both been on the show. Austin's there. Travis is there. Oliver, Bailey, William's there, and then 2 other girls are there. Table, and then we don't have a sufficient
sure.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Dragon Ball Z villain.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z villain is there.
Let's just call her DBZ.
1, 2, 3, 4 is fucked up.
They'll never be able to figure out
1, 2, 3, 4
who we're talking about. The persons we're talking about will never be able to figure
They're gonna know. So like, let's just lay things down on the table.
You can just say jugs and table. What's wrong with jugs and table?
Jugs
and table.
I actually love that. Nothing is wrong with that. It's perfect to use it. From now on, that's all I'm using.
Jugs and table. Okay.
I've had a crush on Table for quite a long time. Like, let's be honest.
For a long time. It's a nice table.
But at the same time, like, I've kind of known that nothing was going to come of it, because we've been like flirting with this idea of like being best friends, but also like something could happen. Like, there were many of times where I was like, I have the either opportunity to cheat, but I'm not going to because I'm not a scumbag. And not only that, like, I was in love with my ex-girlfriend at the time. 2, like, I could have pushed things further, but she was with somebody. It was just like, there's like things that haven't meshed well. And then obviously at this point, she's moved on and gone on to other things.
And she's can never make up her mind either. It's not all on you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, with other guys she's with you, she can just never make up her mind. She's always back and forth, wanting them and not wanting them.
I don't think that that's true. I think with me, potentially, we just don't really know. But with other guys, she's like,
okay, with you, yeah. But in my head canon that I've already, all the fan fiction that I've already written in my head for you guys, that's how it is. All right.
Yeah.
You guys are like that. You guys are like that sitcom couple, the main character and like the main girl character that like you always think they should get together, but whenever one is single, the other is in a relationship and vice versa.
Yeah,
exactly.
There's a term from How I Met Your Mother that's perfect for this. But I don't remember.
We always call it the dance, right? The dance that you guys have been doing for so long, the back and forth.
Yeah.
The dance.
So I was
to read some of that fanfic to me, Travis, in the nice whisper voice.
Yeah. So we've been kind of going.
Write it out.
I decided that today was the day I was gonna full force do this, but we had Jugs there, and she had laid claim on me. She had laid a lot of claim, thinking that we were gonna be something more. When I've already laid expectations down, that was not the case.
You inadvertently laid claim on Jugs too.
No. Okay, so let me lay this out
and
for
you
everybody.
invited Jugs, so you brought the whole situation on yourself.
I did. I pulled a Morgan.
You also laid out like your clear visuals with Jugs, but then also went against those same things.
I know that is not true. That is not true. And here's why.
That was instigated by Jugs.
I have to use the bathroom. I will be back.
All right, you don't have to announce that. I do not agree with the fact that I instigated any relationship type stuff. Granted, we were talking all the time and we were hooking up. Fair enough, right? However, I've had a conversation with her in the past that like, I don't see this going anywhere. This isn't something that I'm taking seriously. This isn't something that I want to move past what we're doing right now.
Didn't stop her from getting jealous.
Yeah. She got very jealous. Anytime that this Table and I were alone, it would be a problem. And knowing the fact that I might have not have had a chance from the very beginning was definitely on the table. But the fact that she kept going in between us, because at the end of the day, we're best friends, and that's all I will see it as long as that's in agreement between us. She just kept coming in between us. We were having a good time. We were at one point, we were doing planks, and she like busts through the door, and she's like, "Let me time it." I'm like, first of all, how did you know about the situation? Number two, we're having a moment here. Okay, we're having a moment.
I remember when it was like they were making something in the oven, and like we're
making a cake.
Yeah, and she had to be there. She had to be there making the cake. She saw Tabe making a cake, and she was like, "Oh, that's not how you do it." And she had to put on an apron so that way she could help.
And I vibe off energy, so as soon as Brandon got uncomfortable, I was uncomfortable.
I was uncomfortable as soon as I noticed. I got uncomfortable as soon as I figured out that both of them were going to be like, kind of like in the same vicinity. Like with the situation that was going on, like it was.
I foresaw it, and I just like prepared myself and was not uncomfortable.
Yeah,
I'm really good at that.
I wasn't either. I was like, let's enjoy the show.
Exactly, man. It's free entertainment.
Exactly.
It's only awkward if you make it awkward.
Yeah, facts. But it was awkward.
I was pissed off in the moment.
It was, but not for me.
I was uncomfortable. I was not enjoying it. However, the overall tone of the day was really great. I feel like I in my speech, I had this thing of like, this is a day's celebration of life. And I think that we definitely accomplished that at the end of the day. There might have been some frustrations.
Like everybody understood the assignment.
Yeah. We all had a great time. Dude, oh my God. While we were at the funeral and Oliver lost his fucking shit.
Big talk about someone else bawling their eyes out. You literally like sobbed.
Cry at all.
Oliver lost his shit at one point. And I
didn't cry at all during the funeral.
I was going around and like giving everybody hugs. Bro, Oliver lost his shit at one point, and that made me lose my shit. I've never seen Oliver fucking weep like that.
It was bad. It caught me off guard. I'll say that.
I don't know if that was bad,
bro. It was like, damn, how are you a cute crier?
Morgan too.
It was really cute.
Morgan broke down pretty good for a second there.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah, he lost it when he had to kneel down a little bit. He even talked about it.
Yep.
It was a great day, man, and I want to thank all you boys for coming out and really showing support. And
would not have fucking missed it, man.
Yeah. You almost
even though the R-worded workers almost made me.
I was gonna say Travis almost did miss it.
It wouldn't have mattered if, like, hypothetical situation you did, because you were there afterwards. So,
yeah.
At the end of the day, I had a great fucking time, and it was something to behold. So, I really fucked with it.
Now you're a stepdad.
Now we move on
you're
to the of the past time that I've been gone.
Yeah, man. So, longtime viewers of the show will recognize.
Not even longtime viewers, man. You spilled a lot about this particular situation in your interview, I believe, in the mid '90s episodes. So you don't even have to be that long time of a viewer to know about this. Just fucking remember 2 weeks ago.
Well,
no, not 2 weeks ago.
Like you would understand more than just the gist of what's happening.
So yeah, if you go back to the YouTube channel and you see the crazy girl
Brandyn
who erased the
tells
mirror, SpinShootImpress tells all.
This is all lore videos. Go back and watch them right now. Pause this video. Go back and watch those. Come back. All right.
Yeah.
Damn, just straight up news.
Is the crazy girl who erased the mirror really an episode? Because I don't remember which episode we talked about.
The crazy ex-girlfriend who erased the mirror is the title of the episode.
Okay, good. Easy to find.
Easy to find. Go back and watch those episodes, because this girl has a lot of lore behind her, and she was very formative as to who I am today as far as relationships go. At the end of the day, you know, she's probably watching this. I apologize for revealing the past. But, like, she was a fucking asshole towards me. The worst. Every single day that I would come to school, there'd be a new problem. Not only that, my best friend, Austin, that is in this call right now, he would receive part of the brunt of her anger. This
whole conversation and the fact that she might watch this low key fucking stresses me out. Like, I feel like she's just gonna hear my voice and be like, I fucking hate
She's
that
gonna
guy.
get you.
Not the case.
I'm gonna hit him in the face.
We're gonna get into this.
You've interacted with her now again too, haven't you?
Me? I definitely haven't.
Oh, not yet?
No, he's been away, remember?
I feel like we should make this happen. I feel like we need to. Anyway, we'll get into that.
Bro.
I want to too. I promise I'll only talk about the mirror once.
I told him to prepare.
I might cry. I don't know what'll happen. I've got like low key PTSD or something. Like, this is a trauma in my life.
One of the only two.
Because honestly, the second mirror was better. The second mirror was better, and that's the only thing saving her in my mind right now.
So to make a long story short, actually, there needs to be a long story because this was never revealed.
Yeah, honestly, don't make a long story short. Why? We're only like halfway through.
Yeah, let me make some popcorn.
Make a long story long, mofo.
So this girl was my high school girlfriend from sophomore year until senior year. She cheated on me. I lied a bunch to her. It was this whole toxic situation between each other. And to be honest, she was a big point of contention between myself, my mom, my friends, because I didn't know how to tell everybody about this girl because she was actually the worst at the time.
And that's the thing about a toxic relationship too, is that everyone in your life knows it. And it's just so uncomfortable.
But when you're in the heat of the moment,
you're like still with them.
When you're in the heat of the moment, it's a little different.
It's a little different.
Heat of the moment.
So, unbeknownst to my mom, because in her eyes, she was out of my life, I brought her down to college. I also created a narrative for this girl because I was talking to her for a long fucking time before she actually came down to my college dorm.
About their past, and I couldn't say anything because I wasn't his friend for that long yet at this point. I didn't feel that it was my place to criticize that long of a relationship.
And to be fair to you, I also lied to
you for like a few weeks at that point. And yeah, you didn't, fair. I mean, yeah, you didn't portray the full like level of abuse of the situation that had happened before.
Not only that, I lied to you, Oliver, and to everybody else about the level I was talking to her. I was.
Oh yeah, and
me,
that
'cause you
continued
didn't
into
talk to me
like
at
that
all.
continued to like halfway through sophomore year.
Yeah. Yeah. So I told her that I was staying at home and I was commuting down to college. I brought her down to where the
You were
college dorm
juggling
was.
so many lives at this point. I don't know if that's fully hit me until now.
I honestly, props to my big fucking brain for being able to do that, but at the same time, what a piece of shit I was.
Props to your sociopathy for kicking in there and just taking control of the situation.
Yes. Yes. I brought her down and I was like, hey, I lied to the very last moment. I was like, hey, my buddy gave me his card to his dorm. We're going to chill here for a while. I open the door and she sees all my shit, my computer, my Philip DeFranco poster, my bedding, the whole deal. And she got so mad because she knew that I've been lying to her for months. So she goes back into like one of the study rooms and I'm like trying to calm her down. And I forgot at what point we kind of separated, but I think what the scenario was, I was like, okay, you can go and calm down in my room. I'll just chill here while you go and do that. And that's when the infamous mirror erasing happened, because not only was I lying to her for months and months, but like there were also girls writing on that mirror. So,
because I was under the impression that we were two single men tearing it up who had gotten rid of our balls and chains that made us so unhappy. And so we started filling out this mirror with every girl we ever met. We got them to sign it. We were like, oh yeah, we're big ballers now.
And for a good solid like 2 weeks, that's exactly what was happening. But like after that, it was me just like lying upon lying. So, I want to give myself a good solid percentage of the reason why she erased the mirror. I don't think it's right for her to have done that. I wouldn't personally.
No, she knew. No. I give you no blame for that. Honestly, she knew.
You gotta give me some blame for that.
She knows that was owned by two roommates, and she selfishly chose, because of her own selfish feelings, to erase that.
Okay.
Even though that could have very well been completely mine. Just saying.
That is true. I do agree with the fact that it was like
reaction.
That's kind of what I'm saying. Exactly to Austin's point was, it was, there was a lot of buildup there. She wasn't already stable to begin with. So like, it was like, I kind of fueled the already fucking forest fire that it was. So despite the fact I fucking threw oil instead of a forest fire, I'm still part to blame. Whether or not
you're the part to blame that brought her there and, continued to make me believe that, I don't know, it was over or was going to be over.
Yeah.
I don't even know what you told me about that night, but it definitely wasn't what you're saying now.
Yeah.
This thing is fucking...
It's dangerous.
Sneaky! I'm not mad at you. I don't know if it seems like I am. But
No. And honestly, if I'm not remembering it correctly, like, get me hip.
What do you remember?
I
mean, like, I legit didn't know like this was what was happening behind the scenes, man. I mean, almost to this day, I was like so oblivious about that whole thing. I'm trying to think of what I thought at that time, how I rationalized in my brain that you had brought her that night, even though we had talked about how like we broke up with our girls before then. I think you told me like, I think I'm going to give her another chance. Like, I think we're going to work things out. And then I was like, I don't know if I agree with that because of my new like liberated feelings and how I'm never like going to talk to my ex again, but I like haven't known him long enough to offer that. I think I'm just going to let this play out.
Yeah. I reckon this is kind of a sore subject for a lot of people. And I don't know how to.
I'm not sore about it.
No, I'm definitely not. Definitely not. Like 6 years later, am I sore about it? Do you know me?
No, for sure. But like, I feel like it could be for some people.
For people watching, you mean?
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, if she's watched literally she's back in your life now is the like culmination of everything that we're talking about right now. She's back in your life right now. She could literally click a random episode of our podcast, like just say play random video, and we would probably mention something about her in the video. We talk about, and we all do it. It's not just about her. It's about like my big relationship in the past. It's like, it's just something that fucking
we talk about.
There's a lot of content related to it because a lot of like crazy shit happened surrounding it. Like they did crazy things. They said crazy things.
So,
I mean, it's a period of like 5 or 6 years and we only have like 12 or 13 years of interesting shit to talk about anyway.
Exactly. I'm not talking about when I went to the fucking ice cream shop when I was 10. That's fucking boring.
Exactly.
Fuck that. Ice cream.
I'll be back. Fill some air. Travis, I want to know.
It was chocolate with rainbow sprinkles, bro.
Travis, I want to know more about like your initial thoughts because I'm gonna go and get another drink. But like, tell us about.
I gotta get another one too. Actually, if I have one more of these, I don't know if I'm gonna remember this.
Austin.
Yes, sir.
Fill the air, baby girl, because you know the situation more than anybody.
Oh my God, yeah, Austin. What's your take on all of this that's going on right now?
I can't do present day. I haven't fucking laid out the scenario, but yeah.
Yeah, so I've heard almost nothing about how this was also such a boon in your life when he was with her in high school. I want to hear how she made your life so difficult.
For sure, like me and Brandon became best friends super fast in high school. And so at the time that Brandon got there, she was dating my friend Corey. And me, Corey, Michaela, and like 2 or 3 other people were like the it group before Brandon came. Michaela did not like me while she was dating Corey either. So you were part of an it group
in high school?
Oh, the it group, like amongst my
was
friends.
Was it clowns?
At no point were we an it group in the hierarchy of our high school. But like this girl hated me from the bat. And, you know, part of it could be my fault. Like she had mentioned to Brandon, I guess recently, now that they've been talking, that I made jokes that made her feel like I thought she was stupid. That's entirely possible that I did that.
That is a defense mechanism by unpopular kids against popular kids.
That's just a defense mechanism for high school kids.
Yeah, and you know, I might have, and there was a joke that 100% offended her, and I didn't. So when I made a joke, I was calling her something, and I compared her to a whale. Obviously, that went over fucking badly with someone who has, you know, body dysmorphia of some kind.
Just never do that to someone of the female.
Yeah, so that was my biggest mistake, I think, or at least that's the thing she like clinged on to. But like, I consider her like a high school bully to me. Like, it wasn't like I'd come in and she would just, you know, be sassy or something. Like, she'd hit me in the head. She'd smack me. She'd like hit me in the arms. She'd ask me to go away. She'd like say just like undercut things, and it was hard to be around.
That's like a big difference. I see a lot of similarities between Brandon and I's high school relationship, but that's a big difference. Mine, she would never have shown any kind of dysfunction of herself or our relationship to our friends. Like, that was a big kind of sense of like frustration for me.
Red flag.
That everyone thought we were so perfect and she was so perfect. When as soon as we got behind closed doors, it was like ice.
There was never like a perception of perfection. Like, it was always negative. Like, he'd come up, she might already be there. I'm standing with her because we're both waiting on Brandon in the morning or whatever, but before the bell. And she'd come up and be like, "Your breath stinks." And I'd just be like, "Damn, that's a horrible way to start the day for Brandon." Now he has to think all day that his breath stinks straight from his girlfriend. Like, it's just stuff like that on a daily basis.
That's fucked.
And this is someone, you know, I apologized to her for nothing, genuinely, like, or at least I felt like at the time I was apologizing for no reason multiple times to try to make this relationship like functional. And I didn't mind her. Like, when she wasn't being a psychopath, she wasn't like the worst human being, but she fucking hated me.
And like all of these things that we're all kind of revealing to light right now is like fair enough. Honestly, like it's exactly what the experience was like. There's no denying this at all.
But
in a relationship like that, there's nobody who will get the worst end of the stick than the people closest to you that the person you're in the relationship with feels threatened by. For me, it was really my parents.
Yeah.
Like Faith would try to turn me against them so much.
It's the gambit.
She knew I had such a great relationship with them, and like I always told her I had like no problems with them, like growing up and stuff. Like for the most part, obviously everybody has problems with their parents, but like for the most part, at that point, I was a pretty well behaved kid and stuff. So, but she did not want anything to do with them.
One of the worst parts was like Brandon's always, the hype man, like having fun or whatever. Bro, no one has brought him down ever. Like Michaela did. Like
I saw that, man. I had not known her for that long, and I saw that the first night he brought her to Shepherd, to our school.
Like he couldn't stand up and cheer at pep rallies.
Oh my god!
You can't do that,
guys. Look who's in council right now.
I can't look. Is it Jugs?
I'm moving her. I'm moving her in here.
Jugs.
No, but what this is all culminating up to is what is a recent development with her.
Yeah, so get into that to finish the roll off.
So I recently went to a wine festival, and I receive a message afterwards.
Oh yeah.
And what was ironic about this whole message thing was, I saw a couple of people that I knew in the past, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" Like,
so did I. It was weird too.
Don't fucking look at me, bro. Like, I don't.
Young Durham.
A young Durham.
Like at all FD.
Young old Durham.
And so I was like, "Oh, I don't want to fucking see these people." And Table was like, "You've looked the same for years. How are people not going to recognize you? You've looked exactly the same." So I was like,
"It's very true."
All right, fair enough. So I go and I get back, and like the next day I'm like chilling at my house because I'm kind of not hungover, but like the drinks were so sugary that I've had a headache for like the next 2 days or so.
They were so fucking sugary.
Yeah.
By the way, this wine festival, they did not serve much wine. They served a lot of sugary drinks.
Yeah, sure, like
in
juice.
Wine bottles.
Yeah.
In wine bottles. So like you would get a sangria, but it would be a full wine bottle full of sangria. So like you're just getting sugar and alcohol overload.
Exactly. So like I receive a message.
You're not getting drunk, you're getting a sugar rush.
From the same girl, and she was like, "Hey, I was too nervous to say hi, but I saw you at the wine festival, and I want to know like how you doing." And then we started talking back and forth, and immediately my thought was, okay, we've been through this before. My sophomore year of college, I went to go and see her, and she just like flipped out on me because I was doing lots of things in college, and she thought that I was the shit, which is true. But like it was so overblown, and she like yelled at me for it, and it was absolutely ridiculous. So I was like, okay, let's go into this and see what's good. Let's troll this girl. I call Austin and I'm like, "Hey, do I essentially have your permission to do this?" And he was like, "Troll the hell out of her." So I go into this and I'm like, okay, I'm going to find out as much information about her as possible. And as soon as it starts blowing up, I'm going to troll the hell out of her. But that never happened. She never blew up on me. And to be honest, she looked back on all of the moments that she was shitty towards me, my friends, my family, and she felt ashamed of it. Like she's turned a new leaf. So at first I'm like very apprehensive. I don't know what to make of this. Is she just capping just to get in my pants? Or is she being genuine? So it's been a few weeks now.
Have we mentioned the other development in her life?
We have not.
Between sophomore year and now?
We have not. It's been a few weeks. I'm starting to believe that it's genuine. I'm starting to believe that her new outlook on life is totally true. We've hung out twice. And with that being said, around people that I love and care about. And there were no problems. Not one. And to be honest, she vibed well with all of these people. Oliver's girlfriend said that she preferred this girl over another girl.
That just came in council.
Jugs.
I'm adding that to cut this.
I don't know. You can't say that in that part, Trav. Yeah, you can't.
Sorry. I grabbed a
Bro, I can't even comprehend like what it would look like to vibe with Michaela because she was so void of personality. And I don't mean that to be like rude. I just never like saw anything past just negative Nancy.
I'm going to be honest with you. It was weird for me at first because
the only
it wasn't.
time I met her, she was legit pissed the whole night. So that's kind of the vibe I got too.
Yeah, right.
It was bizarre because not only did she vibe with me, and it was a blast, like a genuine blast, like no cares in the world. But she also vibed with other people. Somebody that didn't like her in the past, Blondie, was like vibing with her and dancing with her on top of a fucking bench. It was bizarre.
I would like another meeting. I'll give her a chance to redeem.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I frankly have no issue with her. Like, my experience ended with her in high school. It's been almost 10 years, like, or whatever. It's 6, 7 years now.
7.
Yeah, I will give anyone another chance from how they acted in their teens. Not saying I'm this like super mature guy from where I acted in my teens, but like,
no, but it's totally fair. Like
I don't think in my teens or now anyone would have called me like a piece of shit or anything. Well, maybe some really jealous motherfucker might have. But
I think if I had to hang out with high school Austin, I'd want to kill him after a day. So like,
fucking same.
Fair comparison.
I'd be like, you're such a little bitch ass simp loser.
A bitch ass Sims loser.
So at the end of the day, I'm leaning towards that she's changed, but I'm being very cautious about it. I don't want to dive headfirst into this thing and get absolutely destroyed by her and just get nay-nayed. Like, that's not my goal here. My goal is to kind of feel things out. But there was a big catalyst in her life as to probably why she has changed. And she gives 2 reasons. One, she was never like this whenever she was a kid. And she started taking birth control and it fucked up her whole hormonal system. And thus why she turned into such a cunt back in high school. I think that's fair, but also as well.
I know a lot of girls who were on birth control and they didn't act like that.
That's also my iffiness.
At the end of the day, it does come down to like your choices.
I
she literally sent you a death threat.
Well, at one point. I can get on board with it though, because hormones, I mean, they can completely change your personality.
They control you.
No,
but I'm
absolutely. But I don't think you can solely just I don't think you can solely just say it was all the pill.
Yeah.
Well, as far as I understand, Danny has actually encountered this before where like on and off the pill, she knew someone who was just like, I mean, night and day different. So I don't know. I give it an inch,
I think it's fair, but also
it's a possibility for sure.
Definitely a legitimate thing to blame it on. Definitely not a legitimate thing to completely pin the blame on.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
That's fair.
I agree with that. That's fair.
Yes.
No, it definitely has like shown, because like I'll agree too. Like I've known some people that were like night and day, like on and off the pill, and like I've dated somebody who was like night and day on and off the pill.
Yes.
Like it's definitely possible. So it might be.
Can definitely fuck your mind. I'm the first person who will tell you that.
Yes, sir.
Why is that, Travis? What specific religion of people? What religion of people run Big Pharma?
The same religion that run everything.
Catholics.
Catholics.
That's what I was on about.
My people.
The other thing is, and this is a big point of contention for everything, she had a child. I'm a 25-year-old man. This is not something that I've really experienced in my life.
We've discussed, though, people in this friend group have experienced someone wanting to wanting to shop for a different daddy for their child.
I don't think that that's the case here,
No,
but like,
I'm not saying that's
yeah. But like, I'm
totally memeing.
It's a good analogy there. She's
but also like I'm not going to say that's 0% the case for her.
Right.
Everybody knows I'd be the dopest dad ever. I'm just saying.
Doper than what she's got,
which is nothing.
She's got a child, and that has led to her getting more patience, being a more rounded individual, working hard for what she's got, and all that fun stuff. And that's not discounting her introspection and the personal progress that she's made along the way without these factors.
More rounded individual, like a whale, right, Austin?
God damn it.
We've trashed on her for the majority of this pod. Can I have some redemption, please?
We should give her a break this one. Starting from this point.
Cut everything else out. Start it.
We're gonna have a 15-minute episode if that's facts.
No, like I said, I'm willing to give her another chance.
That's all I ask. If she proves me wrong,
of course.
Or I don't even know if it's proving me wrong because I'm still kind of apprehensive about it.
No, but you're vouching. I would say you're vouching.
I'm vouching. Right I'm throwing vouches her way. The evidence is leading towards the fact that she's being cool. But just know that I'm apprehensive about it, and I kind of want to feel things out and see where it goes.
No, if you're watching, that I'm just protective of my boy. Okay.
I'm just scared of her, honestly.
At the end of the day, here's what I'm looking for.
I will give her a chance, but I'm gonna be shit testing like crazy.
Bro, you already fucking know I've been shit testing like fucking nuts.
I'm literally gonna bring a handheld mirror and write on it and hold it in front of her to see if she erases it.
I've been shit testing like crazy. My friends are the most important thing to me. You guys are my family. If she don't fuck with that, like I'm sorry. Like she's just gotta go. You guys are everything to me. So fuck that shit. I'm out if that's the case. But otherwise, I think that she's turned a new leaf. I think she's made a lot of strides. I think she's done a lot of introspection. And if I'm wrong, I'll fucking say this on the show, and fair enough. But I think that that's the case.
No, it sounds promising. It sounds promising to me.
Oh yeah.
And the sex rules, bro.
Okay. I will.
We should play Sketch.io, but we can't invite Jake Halsky.
All right. And 56. 102. All right.
I'm just saying.
What else has been going on in everybody's lives? I feel like this show's been Brandon centric, and I want to get into.
I feel like we leave it at that though, because we can't really.
But we've got 3 minutes.
What can we say in 3 minutes?
I'm gay.
We can say.
Okay, so did we talk about 101 about Bailey and Oliver becoming official?
Yes.
Okay, good. Just making sure.
Yes, we have brought to light that Bailey and Oliver are back together.
I heard Bailey and Oliver bickering the other night, and it was the most retarded thing I've ever heard in my life.
Just like old times. God. Everything's back to normal. The universe is writing itself.
All I heard was Oliver saying, "No, I'm not," or "No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't." I was like, "Bro, come on, bro."
Oliver, what's happening?
I don't even know what when Brandon talks to me about it, I was like, I don't even know what we were talking about, bro. So I can't even recall the conversation.
You're such a liar.
Didn't even matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter.
So seems like this podcast is finishing early. Just like Oliver.
Bro, what are you talking about? You guys are all scum compared to my lasting time.
Yeah, we really have no room to talk. We've established this.
Honestly, I've been having a great track record recently.
I've really like learned myself, you know. I can get the most out of myself every time. I can confidently say that now.
I'd love to hear it.
All right, so I've learned a new strategy. Edging is the move, man.
Okay.
You just get close, change positions.
Sometimes you just take it out and start using your hands for a while. Like, fucking do it.
Yes. No, I'm with you. You start like fucking going back into foreplay. Everything's right in the world. She's loving it. And then you just go back into it.
Discovered this?
No, not the no.
Fucking God.
But like I've tried before, but like I haven't gotten the strategy down, if that makes sense.
I just really know my own body now. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Like I can really go to the precipice before I can bring myself back down. You know what I'm saying?
You can Pokemon go to the polls.
Yeah, exactly. I go to the polls when I need to. I stand in the line when I need to. All right.
Prairie dog that shit.
Prairie dog that shit. Prairie dog my sperm.
All right.
Just pull it back.
What?
Travis. Jessica.
No, you do that thing when like you're like leaning over somebody and you're trying to spit on them and you suck the spit back up.
That's what you.
Reminds me of that video. It was like when King's Dead first came out, where it's like la dee da dee da. It was that little girl dancing, and she like does that spit out of her mouth and like sucks it back in.
You guys are nasty.
Travis, your girl hits you up and she's like, "Listen, I'll marry you, but I got to shit on your chest." Are you letting her shit on your chest?
You mean an EB?
I say, let me put plastic wrap on it, and yeah.
No, she wants bare chested, baby.
Then no.
That's pretty weird. Is it going to be like a regular occurrence or just the one time?
Like
this is a one thing.
If it's a one-time thing, I'd be like, I guess.
Yeah, like I guess go for it.
That's literally what it takes to unlock you as a bride. Let's go.
I'm gonna ask the same question towards
Travis
Oliver.
just sees it as like an achievement to unlock like all the superpowers. Like
my life is like a video game.
You gotta
drives away. I got bitches all on my dick every day.
Travis, trying hard to beat the stage.
Oliver, to end the show, I want to ask the same question to you. Your girl comes up to you and is like, "I got to shit on your chest in order for you to marry me."
I want a few more details. Is she looking into your eyes as she shits?
Yeah, so how I'm kind of picturing it is like she's kind of like in the Spider-Man pose where she's like ass down, hands on the on your chest. No, hands on like the top of the bed, and she's like looking down at you. Just shitting.
I'm not looking at it.
Are you not looking at the shit or her eyes?
The shit.
What the fuck?
But you're gonna feel it, the steaminess coming off of your chest.
What if it's cold?
Oh my God.
There's no cold shits.
I'm like puke when it happens. For whatever reason, if I smell like poop outside of toilets, I get really like about to puke.
Have you ever entered your room before?
It does not smell like poop. It just smells like mold.
When I was younger, I had dogs, so like if they shat in a house and I smelled it, I would like get almost pukey.
What happens after she sits on your chest? Like, do you go take a shower, or do you have to have sex with her?
No, I'm showering.
Whoa! Stop extending this.
So I'm thinking,
please.
There's two scenarios where this goes
between your chests.
Yeah, so I'm thinking there's two scenarios. You're either like, this is like before sex or after sex. So like,
I get to choose.
I like to think there's a fucking little pie on your fucking chest while she's riding your shit.
Because if you choose after, you still have to know during the whole sex that she has to shit.
Yeah. I mean, like, you have shit on your chest, though. Like, I think nothing trumps that.
True.
So, Oliver, would you do it?
I'm not looking at it. I'm showering right afterwards. That's my answer.
That's fair enough. And if anything could sign off this podcast, it would be that. Thank you guys so much for watching episode 102. I swear we're trying harder. I swear.
We are. What? It was the White Claw surge.
It's been Brandon.
I'm Oliver.
I'm Travis.
And I'm Will.
And you
Austin?
just listened to Austin. Not saying his name.
Oh, my bad. My name's Jeff.
Retard.
It's been the Real Sensible Guy Hours, episode 102. Go fuck yourselves. Have a great night.